Today, red alert, investment scams on the rise. Hello again, it's Martin North from Digital Finance Analytics. Welcome to the latest post covering finance and property news with a distinctively Australian flavour. The ACCC has just released their latest reports on scams in Australia. And they say that there's been a 119.6% increase in the losses associated with investment scams between the first 6 months of 2020 compared with the first 6 months of 2021. Cryptocurrencies were the most common payment method used in investment scams and caused the biggest losses. Of the 1,931 reports involving a loss, 955, or 49.5%, were due to cryptocurrencies, with losses of $29.7 million. Of that, Bitcoin accounted for over $25 million worth of those losses. Mobile apps and social networking sites accounted for 40% of all investment scams, which involved a financial loss. Now, if you want to learn more about cryptos and who to trust in crypto land, join our live stream tonight at 8 p.m. Sydney, where you can ask a question live. The ACCC said that people aged 65 years and over have lost the most money to investment scams so far in 2021, experiencing losses of $18.8 million from 548 reports. There has been an increase of 66% in the number of reports made about investment scams made by people aged 18 to 24, with the losses of more than $1.7 million so far. That's an increase of 259% compared to last year. Indigenous consumers made 84 reports of investment scams and lost $945,270, a threefold increase on the $336,796 loss for all of last year. Phone was the most common contact mode used with investment scams, accounting for 1,429 reports, or 30% of all investment scam losses, with losses of $27.7 million, and that's 39% of all losses to investment scams. And they went on to say that investment scams reported to Scamwatch have cost Australians over $70 million in the first half of this year, more than the total losses reported to Scamwatch for all of 2020, and projected losses are set to reach $140 million by the end of the year. Data from Scamwatch showed a 53.4% increase in reports about investment scams received so far. That's up from 3,104 in the first half of 2020 to 4,763 reports so far in 2021. In addition to taking victims' money, scammers often commit fraud or identity theft using the information they obtained from the victim. Cryptocurrency trading scams were right up there. Investment scams are more prevalent than ever, and scammers are capitalising on interest in cryptocurrency in particular, ACCC Deputy Chair Delio Rickard said. More than half of the $70 million in losses were to cryptocurrency, especially through Bitcoin, and cryptocurrency scams were also the most commonly reported type of investment scams, with 2,240 reports. Scammers pretend to have highly profitable trading systems based on individual expertise or through algorithms they've developed. Many of these scams also use fake celebrity endorsements to try and enhance their legitimacy. Victims will initially be able to access small returns sourced from other victims' initial deposits, but the scammers soon claim problems with making withdrawals and then cut off contact. Be wary of investment opportunities with low risk and high returns. If something sounds too good to be true, it probably is, Ms. Rickard said. Losses to investment scams involving bitcoins have already reached $25.7 million this year, compared to $17.8 million across the whole of 2020. That represents a 44% increase. Losses to other types of investment scams, including imposter bonds, Ponzi scams, and romance baiting scams, are also increasing, while traditional investment scams are also still very common. In imposter bond scams, scammers impersonate legitimate companies and offer the victims the opportunity to purchase fake corporate bonds. In the first half of this year, there were over 58 reports and losses of more than $6.8 million reported to Scamwatch. Older Australians looking for well-known, respected companies to invest their money in have been the most impacted, making up to 43% of reports and accounting for almost half of the losses. These scams are particularly hard to detect because scammers use the company's legitimate prospectuses, which are registered with ASIC, linked to the actual website, and have the correct ABN or ACN details. However, the scammers change key details, such as contact information and bank details, Ms. Rickard said. That's why it's really important to contact the company using details you source yourself from doing a search online or visiting the company's website directly, and to seek independent advice no matter how confident you feel. More broadly, Ponzi schemes have also increased. In the first 6 months of this year, Scamwatch received over 400 reports and more than $1 million in losses to the Hope Business and Wonderful World scams. These scams used advertising on social media sites and have had their applications available via official app stores. People invested their money and were able to make small withdrawals in the beginning before the scammers cut off the contact. The ACCC contacted the Google and Apple app stores and had the Hope Business app removed. The main Wonderful World scam app has also been removed from the stores. These scams disproportionately affected members of CALD communities, including recent migrants from Burma and Sri Lanka. Overall, more than 13% of losses, or $9.6 million, to investment scams were from people who spoke English as a second language. Investment scams originating through dating apps and websites are also becoming increasingly common. In these scams, a scammer develops a relationship with the victim and convinces them to invest, usually in cryptocurrency or bond scams. These scams predominantly impact younger people who might be seeing these investment opportunities through social media, recommendations from friends, or by registering their interest in cryptocurrency on questionable websites, Ms. Rickard said. Remember, never take investment advice, send money or give credit card details, online account details, or personal information to anyone you don't know or trust, and never to anyone you've only met online or over the phone, as you never know who you might be dealing with. The ACCC is urging everyone to seek independent advice from a qualified financial advisor before making any investment. The Money Smart website, run by the Australian Securities and Investments Commission, has information on different types of investments and how to spot investment scams. And if you have been scammed, then you should contact your bank or financial institution as soon as possible. And you can also contact ID Care on 1300 432 273 or via idcare.org. If they suspect they are a victim of identity theft, ID Care is a free government-funded service that will support individuals through the process. And people can also make a report to Scamwatch and subscribe to Scamwatch radar alerts. But the point I want to leave you with today is you must be very cautious, particularly in the online world, and particularly those better than you could ever expect to see offers in the crypto world, because unfortunately more people are being fooled. So be cautious, be careful, and don't get scammed. I'm Martin North from Digital Finance Analytics. Many thanks for watching, and I'll see you again next time.